as an asylum seeker coming from like China to New Zealand, I feel the people here that are so welcoming.
You actually have to have surgery to be identified as a female. Here in New Zealand, we do not have to do that.
Asylum seeker is when you have been forced to leave your country to find a peace and to somewhere belong to yourself. In China, the gender is defined by sex. It's defined by the culture, defined by the tradition, the practice, even the ritual. And the governments even try to, erase our existence. So because China has very strong censorship, and there's like a law called 禁娘令, which is literally translated like effeminating ban, to promote masculinity. In school, they just hire some barber, come to school, the other boys just go, including me, and they just shaved it. And I feel my hair, it's my beauty, it gives me my confidence. In order to be someone who I am, I have to sign a declaration. And then the lawyer asks me, do you sincerely and solemnly declare your name is Lily and you identify as a female? So I could be, myself and be able to handle a document to a government with a face that is actually me. The whole reason why I'm here, the whole reason why I have a place to speak is because gender identity was a ground, a social group under the refugee asylum seeker protection.
And so in China, because obviously you came here to Aotearoa, and then historically before colonization we had Takatapui, and then in Hawaii they have Mahu, and they have this historically in the Pacific. China, any similarities?
Never. They still perceive the transgender as a mental illness. You need to see a psychiatrist. They need to do a lot of tests on you. And I feel it's so humiliating.
So unlike you, how you mentioned you actually have to have surgery to be identified as a female, we do not have to do that. Here in New Zealand, and I think that's unfortunate that you would be forced to change your body to be able to fit that gender mark. It's about the soul.
I also want to know, because for me, as an asylum seeker, coming from overseas, from China to New Zealand, and I feel the people here that are so welcoming. Especially New Zealand, Aotearoa is a beautiful bicultural country. And for you, as a Kiwi, as a tangata whenua, the any perspective on us?
My perspective of someone who is seeking asylum is welcome, come. Be yourself.
How liberal do you think New Zealand is?
I think we're quite liberal here in New Zealand. However, there's another side of the coin that is against our lifestyle and our people, and they are causing disruption.
It's interesting because it's on one hand, technically, being queer, being trans isn't outlawed per se, but systematically, there are so many barriers in place to make it as hard and as undesirable as possible for people to be who they truly are.
It was almost 3 years ago. I was at a bar, and then this guy, I didn't even know his name, and he jumped out from nowhere he kicked my head twice. And the first words he said was, "Are you boy or girl?" And it is exactly the same words that have been haunting me for my life. What happened to me is not fine, but what happened to me, at least I did what I can do to brave enough to tell the police, hey, this is not okay. But if it happens back in China, the police probably just say, oh, it's because you're wearing this, because you're going to the club that time. But what you wear and who you are, it's not your fault, But although some assault might happen here, or because bad people is all over the place, it's around the place. Like some people, some bad thing happens, it doesn't mean all people they are bad. Well, nothing's perfect. New Zealand is that perfect? I would say 9 or maybe 8 because nothing's perfect. There's still a long way to go. I think the biggest challenging was culture shock, also the language barrier. I still remember, even after this, even after I learned how to speak English, back my first year at uni, people just chose to not listen to me or just ignored me. Because be able to communicate is a privilege. Because if some people don't understand you, they will ignore you. So that's my past. But also see my parents. Because I haven't seen them for my dad, I haven't seen him for 6 years now. So they've been very supportive to they understand. I still remember what my dad said. If you want to be a female, then just to be a female because it's my life. I need to make choice for my own self. I lost my grandma when I was staying in New Zealand. And my grandfather is super old as well. And I feel like I'm on the tension. Comments TikTok. I don't know if I can see my mom again. And my mom said, maybe once your refugees are sorted, maybe I can see you in Fiji, But I still wanted her to see my graduation. And what's my point, And I just cannot see them,
That's very sad. That's very sad to hear. And you are living proof for them to see that you are happy and striving.
Yeah.
If there was freedom just to be ourselves and you didn't have to leave your country, you would be seeing your family, sharing these moments. But because of the unfairness in this world, you're here and this is what you have to face. And it's really sad to hear because all of us, transgender and gay people, face some sort of pain like this.
When I step out of the aircraft, I feel freedom because nobody know who the boy was. The boy just gone. Now I was reborn, just me, just Lee. The first person in New Zealand who actually know me, they know me as she, her.
Run to the border, fly across the ocean to be free. Fearlessli, Hāpai, whakaahine, I am me. Fearlessli, I'm standing tall, facing the sunlight, breathing in the air. Every step I'm taking, I'm getting stronger. There's no more weight to bear. I'm like a phoenix rising from subside.